What's up, guys? It's D-Lo from the Stuff of Legend. I've got another video for you guys. We are going to talk about a number of topics today that I'm very excited about, and we are going to read them off right now. Let me go ahead and show you guys what we're talking about. We're talking about the Birds of Prey movie. For the record, we will talk about it, but I have not seen it. You don't have to worry about spoilers because I know nothing. We're going to talk about the box office. Now, there's a lot of disappointment right now, but there is, I think, maybe more positivity about it, but there is also concern. I want to address that with you guys. And if you guys have seen the movie, just don't put any spoilers, but feel free to put your thoughts, your feelings about the movie if you've seen it, not specific details, just to be courteous to those who haven't seen it yet, including myself. But we will talk about it. Other things we're going to talk about, Doctor Strange gets a new director. Very, very exciting stuff there involving the MCU, possibly the Sonyverse as well. Aquaman animated is a thing. I'm going to show you guys that right now. That's confirmed, as well as the Obiwan project on hold and New Mutants. News about that. It is actually rumored, and I'll get into this. This is not confirmed, but a rumor that it might possibly have been shoved into the MCU, and we'll discuss that, and we'll talk about why you should definitely have more than one. It's not confirmed. I'll tell you that out the gate. But let's go ahead, switch my screen over so that we can have a conversation. I'm looking a little bit orangey right now. Not sure why that is the case. I wonder if it's my lighting. I don't know. Could be the lighting, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and jump right into the first main topic. Thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave them over on the side in the comments. Just put them in the chat, live chat, all that good stuff, so that I can respond to you guys during and after this video segment is over. I'll try to take it piece by piece, so as we go topic for topic, I'll answer your questions, and comments and that kind of stuff can be read aloud. You can be part of the Stuff of Legend videos that way. So go ahead and leave those for me as we go. Let's cut over to the first main topic. So let's go here. First main topic. Let's see if it'll switch over. My button is not moving. Let me see if I can just go to this one here. This ought to do. All right, so let's cut over to here. Sorry about the coloring right now. It's kind of odd. I had it set up in a way that it looked good at first. Let me see if this will. Oh, that should do. Okay, let me see if that'll work. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, I don't know why it was all blasting orange. That was weird. Okay, so it should be pretty good right now. So we have first, Sam Raimi is in talks to direct Doctor Strange 2. Now, if you guys remember the original Spider-Man movies, not the one way back like before the 2000s, but 2001, 2002 with Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi did Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Two of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Even for their day and age, they're fantastic, and people generally love those films. And they're big fan favorites for Marvel fans specifically because they were so great. Now, obviously, Spider-Man 3 was not terrific, but there was a lot more heavy involvement in that one. Avi Arad pushed for Venom in that film. There was a lot of expectation. People wanted Venom in that film. And Sam Raimi came out and said, you know, hey, I was never really a big fan of Venom. I don't like the character Venom. And but they forced him to put him in there anyway. And that kind of showed that he didn't like the character. He didn't really care for the character, didn't know the character very well. And so that showed when he made the film that way. So that's what happens when you force a director to make something he doesn't want to make. But in this case, he's in talks right now to direct Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness, which is really, really exciting as a speculation piece for people like ourselves who love to theorize about what could possibly be happening in the future with the MCU, but also with the Spider-Verse, which Sam Raimi helped create in the first place, which Kevin Feige had, I believe, consultation on as well while he was working on the X-Men films at the same time. So, Sam Raimi, let's read this really quick, and then I'll move to the next one. I want you guys to have a second so you can leave comments and tell me what you think. But it says here, Sam Raimi, who helped launch the modern superhero movie... I'm sorry, let me read that again. Sam Raimi, who helped launch the modern superhero movie with 2002's Spider-Man, is in talks to direct Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness for Marvel Studios. Variety has learned. Raimi replaces the original director Scott Derrickson, who Variety reported on January 9th had officially departed the project due to creative differences. Derrickson will remain as an executive producer. Raimi, meanwhile, will need to get up to speed before the film's scheduled production start date in May. Marvel had no comment. And the rest of this is just speaking of some of the other projects he's worked on. Quickly mentioning Spider-Man 3 as well, being a notable disappointment, but still a financial juggernaut. So it still made a crud load of money. I think every single Spider-Man film in history, other than the animated film Into the Spider-Verse, has made, I believe it was over it was either $600,000 or $700,000. I'm sorry, $700 million. It's crazy, not thousand. That'd be nothing. But $700 million, and has been a massive, massive box office success, including the one people don't like, Spider-Man 3. Very, very good news. Also coming our way is recent works that have been happening with the marketing campaign for Morbius. If you guys already saw my video on the Morbius trailer, you already know what's going on there. I've been crushing on Instagram, sharing posts and stories about what's going on with Venom 2, the marketing campaign there, as well as with Morbius, where Sony has been actively linking themselves back into the MCU, confirming that Spider-Man does in fact exist, that it's not just any Spider-Man, but it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because it was the one that Vulture worked with as well, or worked against, I should say. And they're aware of J. Jonah Jameson's campaign against Spider-Man. It's very, very much tied into the MCU, undeniably, because of the suit, the outfit that Keaton was wearing. Michael Keaton was wearing in the trailer for Morbius. Sorry, guys, I'm tripping over my words a little bit because I'm trying to remember specific names. I'll try to gather my thoughts a little bit better. It's very exciting to me to see that Sam Raimi, a very, very good and talented director who has much love for not only Spider-Man, but also just Marvel in general, is in talks right now to direct Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, especially coming off of Sony recently announcing before the Spider-Man split that there was going to be a Madam Web film, which intrinsically is connected to Spider-Man's multiverse as well. And then you have Amy Pascal in the past saying that they were going to eventually build to a connection between the Sonyverse, which is Venom, Morbius, all of the Sony projects, and the MCU, which is the involvement that Tom Holland has had up till now, being in the continuity of the Avengers, etc. So Avengers, Endgame, Civil War, all of that is MCU continuity. And even though Sony made Homecoming and Far From Home, those are still MCU continuity made entirely by Sony. So Sony is just saying, you want Spider-Man back? These are our rules. We're going to be involved in the MCU whether you like it or not. And so now they've gone back, done some reshoots, add Spider-Man into the marketing campaigns for both Morbius and for Venom 2. Really, really exciting stuff. And now, even though Sam Raimi's not directly involved with Sony right now, his history's there, and we saw that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was painted on the wall of the Morbius trailer when Morbius is in the jumpsuit, zipping up his jacket, walking past the brick wall with the graffiti that says murderer. All of that was there. You can look that up. I've got links to that in my previous Morbius video. For right now, you can just follow the breadcrumbs from here or Google it yourself. I'll leave it there because there's so much speculation from this, but it's very exciting as a Spider-Man fan and as a Sam Raimi Spider-Man fan to see that this could be the case. Do you guys want Sam Raimi to direct Doctor Strange 2? Do you think that Sam Raimi's involvement will have some sort of a cameo now that Sony and the MCU have confirmed mutual involvement? Or at least upstream involvement from the Sonyverse to the MCU. Do you think there'll be any kind of Easter egg or cameo from Sam Raimi back to his Spider-Man universe, or to Tom Holland's Sonyverse into the MCU more directly that way? I would be interested to find out. I think it's going to weigh in heavily, but who knows? This is all fun to speculate. I'm getting giddy because it's so exciting for me to talk about this particular topic. I'll leave it there. No more. You guys have fun in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. All right, next up, we've got Aquaman is getting an animated series on HBO